As you can see, the line just gradually got darker and darker and darker. I will show you the bump. It makes me really sad to talk about. So I clicked the nurse button and I was like, look, I can't stand in the queue. There's blood everywhere.
What's up, love? How you doing? How was your week? Know you been stressed lately. I'm here whenever you wanna speak. Tough day at work, let's get it on, my little freak. It all started with an innocent kiss right on the cheek. Then may I take you out and let's just paint the town red.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Carla Collins for any of you that are new, and as you know by my previous videos, I am pregnant. So today I just wanted to do like a little pregnancy update because the videos that I filmed were obviously so long ago. They were back in November when I found out. So a lot's happened since then, so I just wanted to give a bit of an update and just let you know how this pregnancy is going so far. So I'm currently 14 weeks and 2 days. And firstly, I will show you the bump. So this is the bump so far. It's the morning right now, and in the evening it gets so big. Like once I've eaten dinner and everything, it gets huge, and I'm showing a lot earlier than I did when I was pregnant with Devon. When I was pregnant with Devon, I didn't show until like after 20 weeks. So firstly, the pregnancy test that I did and got my first positive, I still have it here, and it was so funny. In the video that I had posted, I was like crying, like, oh, positive test, and then I show the camera and you can't even see the line. So I'm gonna kind of see if you can see it now that it's dried out a lot. So this is the test weeks and weeks later, but yeah, a definite positive. So that is what I was crying over in the video, by the way. And then once I found out that I was pregnant, I decided to do a HCG line progression. So I will show you my line progression. So the first tests I did, you could barely even see the line, and these were the first two that I did, what I spoke about in the video, that I thought I saw a really faint line, and looking at it you can't really, but I had it up in the light and everything. Anyway, so that was cycle day 39, and then I did a test every day after that. So as you can see, the line just gradually got darker and darker and darker until they ran out. So yes, that was my line progression, which I absolutely love. I find line progressions really satisfying to see. So for cravings, I've had a lot of cravings this pregnancy, and the main one is mayonnaise. I'm obsessed with mayonnaise, in particular egg mayonnaise, like just mayonnaise. Oh, anything with mayonnaise. Anything with mayonnaise, I'm just crazy about it. I can't get enough of it. I'll put it on everything. So yeah, that's my #1 craving. But anything like vinegary and like kind of sour as well. So like salt and vinegar chips I've been loving, and obviously like gherkins and pickles and things like that have been really tasty. What else? And then there'll be days where I really fancy something, and then I'll go get it, I'll have it once, and then that's it. I won't crave it again. So they're just like silly little things. And I've gone off tea again. That's my aversion. I can't drink tea. And I also, and you guys know how much I love tea, so that one's kind of weird, but same thing happened with Devon. I'll drink it, like I went to a high tea, and it was either alcohol or tea, so obviously I drank the tea and it was fine, but I just don't fancy it. I cannot make one for myself in the morning, like and also I'm so used to having chocolate, like every single night before bed. Like when I was pregnant with Devon, after I had Devon, I just had like a chocolate craving, and I would have it, yeah, every day. I'm like such a chocoholic. And since I've been pregnant this time, I haven't really cared for it. Like I'll eat it and it's fine, but I do not have any craving for it. If it's there, I'll eat it, but if it's not there, I won't even think about it. So that's kind of strange. So now that you're kind of up to date with everything, and by the way, if you've got any like questions about like my pregnancy, please leave them down below. I reply to every single comment, so I'll reply. But yeah, I've had some complications this pregnancy as well, so I'm going to speak about that now. The reason I'm going to be talking about this is because I feel like if somebody's going through this, I have a YouTube channel now, and I feel like I'm a very like open person. I'm, you know, I would like to give people advice or support. So if I can do that and somebody's going through the same thing that I'm going through right now, and they watch this video and feel, you know, they feel better about it, like that's what I want to do. So that's why I'm going to talk about it. And also obviously I'm going to be sharing my pregnancy journey with you. So I really want to be like open and transparent, so that, you know, when things happen in the future, I can bring the camera along with me and you guys can be like fully involved. So at 11 weeks, Tyler and I were at the shops, and it was just like a normal day, and we were walking, and all of a sudden I felt like a drip down my leg, and I looked at Tyler like, oh, I just felt something. I touched it with my hand, I looked, and it was blood. So obviously I just started to panic. My mind just obviously went straight to a horrible place, and I just went to the toilet, took obviously Tyler with me, and I just sat on the toilet, and there was a lot of blood coming out of me, like the most I've ever seen. It was like just running out, and obviously I thought the worst, so I just was crying and crying and crying on the toilet, and I was just looking at Tyler like, oh, I don't know, it was really, really horrible. And then we decided to go like straight to the emergency room at the hospital, and as I was standing in the line, like it was really busy that day, and there were people like sat on chairs everywhere, and Tyler and I were in the queue like waiting to be seen. Sorry, like when I think back to it, I was so scared at the time that it makes me really sad to talk about, but it's okay. So we were standing in the line for the emergency room, and it was still just coming and coming and coming, so much so that it had, you know, gone through my clothes and like onto the floor. Eventually there was a little toilet next to like the queue, so I went into the toilet because I obviously could not stand there anymore. We were waiting in the line to be seen for such a long time. Anyway, so I sat there, and there was a nurse button in the toilet, so I clicked the nurse button, and I was like, look, I can't stand in the queue, there's blood everywhere obviously. So luckily we got sent straight through, and it was just the longest day of our lives, like waiting to see what was going on. So, you know, I had bloods done, and I had lots of tests done and things, and then eventually, so we went in at like 11 AM, and by 4 PM they were able to give me an ultrasound, and baby was perfectly fine. Like I was obviously really, really scared going in, but baby was fine, kicking around and happy, and the relief that I felt, honestly, I can't even describe it. I just burst into tears. Obviously it was such an emotional day, but I was grabbing onto a tissue, like, you know, just as she was putting the scanner on my tummy, and I was like bracing myself, and I was just in shock when I see that the baby was absolutely fine, because the amount of blood I lost, I just thought, surely not. But the weird thing was that I had no pain, and there were no clots in my blood, but it was bright red. So, you know, you look online and you see that, you know, bright red is bad during pregnancy. Anyway, baby was absolutely fine, and they took some photos, so I'll show you the photos. This is the front of baby's face. So baby looks a little bit like an alien, and then I don't really know what that is. Bit of baby, I guess. But yeah, they were the only photos that they gave us. All the other scans that we've done, it's been online. Anyway, we got our results back, and it turned out that I had a subchorionic hemorrhage. So this, they didn't actually tell me what had caused it, so I've done a lot of research since then, and it's supposed to be caused by part of the placenta coming away from your wall, and then it forms like a blood clot called a subchorionic hematoma, and then I guess it's a hemorrhage, like when you bleed it out. So that's what caused the bleed. Anyway, so I bled for about 24 hours. I stayed over at hospital, and they were like monitoring me, and yeah, I bled for a little while, but yeah, not long, about 24 hours. And then I was discharged, and I was able to go home, and I just had a follow-up scan for 2 weeks later. So I just kind of carried on as normal, and I had a scan last week and they went through everything. Again, baby was perfectly fine and kicking around, and the baby seemed happy and so cute. And this scan that I had was my the like 12-13 week scan that you normally have. So they was kind of, you know, scanning baby, checking the fluid at the back of baby's neck and everything, which I haven't had my full results yet, but ultrasound seemed okay. Although, so the sonographer who, like, you know, scans you, I don't think they're really meant to tell you much. Like, they can't give you a full diagnosis. They have to like pass it on to your doctor, and then your doctor will tell you what's going on, or your midwife. So she didn't really say too much. She was like scanning, oh, this is baby's hand, this is the foot, la 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 la. And then towards the end I was like, can you see if I have a hematoma? And she just went like this. And I went, is it big? And she went, and she said, I actually thought it was a twin sac when I first started scanning you, because it's basically the size of my, like, the sac and baby, and then it's next to it, and it's this big, so it's the same size. It's like considered a large one. So she kind of went through it with me and said that it's quite large and I'm likely to bleed again. Because I think when you have small ones, your body absorbs it, but when it's large, you're likely to bleed it out. So I'm kind of just on edge every day now, expecting to bleed again. However, this is all, I still haven't seen my midwife. I see her on Monday, which is in 2 days time. So I'm obviously going to take you guys along with me. And I don't know if it will be attached to this video or not, but if not, it'll be the next video. But at that appointment, she'll go through everything with me, like obviously my results of my 12-week scan, and, you know, all about the hematoma. So I know that I still have it, which is kind of disheartening, but I feel fine in myself. All the while baby's okay, I'm happy. I'm just enjoying my pregnancy for what it is so far. Just staying positive. I don't know too much about hematomas, but I've heard a lot of, like, you know, successful stories where people have delivered a healthy baby after having a hematoma. So I really don't know what she's going to tell me on Monday. But at the hospital they did say that obviously my chances of miscarriage are a lot higher this time round. So I don't really know if she's going to put me on bed rest, or, but I know for sure that I mustn't be lifting anything heavy and I need to kind of take it easy. So that's what I've been doing so far while I'm waiting for my results. But I should have a clearer idea on Monday what's actually going on with it, and I'll keep you guys updated. I don't really know what else to say about the whole situation, but yeah, I'm just hanging on to the hope that everything's going to be okay, because if I think the other way, I won't be able to relax and I'll be stressed every single day, and I really don't want that. I feel like that's probably the worst thing for me. So I'm just thinking positive and that everything's going to be okay. I'm just prepared. Like, I like to know the facts, and I know the facts now. I know that I'm possibly going to have another bleed, and I'm ready for it, and at least this time I know that it's from my hematoma, and, you know, possibly not something else, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I hope that on Monday I have a lot of more answers, but yeah, right now I feel a little bit clueless. And just the last thing, I don't know the gender of baby. We will be finding out. We have a baby boy already, if you don't already know. So, I mean, another boy would be amazing because then they can be best friends. But a girl would also be amazing because we need a baby girl in the family. Like, in our family, it's boys, 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 boys. We have one girl, and yeah, she needs a girlfriend. So it's funny, like, how many boys we have in the family. So if it's a boy, it would be amazing because that's just another boy to add to the football team. But if it's a girl, then I don't know, like, it would just be so different, and I really won't be used to it, but it'll be amazing. And Oh, at the shop, when I see girl clothes, I scream. I actually cried the other day. I looked at this little vest. Oh, it was like a premature size, so it was tiny. It was a little white vest with like frilly sleeves. And it was so cute, and I just imagined having a little baby girl wearing that, and I was just dying. So yeah, if it's a baby girl, that would be amazing. But as well, if it's a boy, I love being a boy mum. And obviously Devon would love to have a brother. So either way, I'm happy with whatever. But yes, so far we don't know the gender, and we will be finding out. I think we're going to be finding out closer to like 20 weeks. I'm 14 weeks at the moment, so yeah, in about 6 weeks or so. So that is going to wrap up my pregnancy update. If you've got any questions, obviously put them in the comments down below. If you've just discovered me, please subscribe to my channel and follow along my journey. I will be documenting my whole pregnancy, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye!
What's up? How you doing, love? Man, kick it with a thug.